So let's go ahead and jump into the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons have became like everybody's new crush this year. Everybody is ran to Atlanta the moment they saw they had that plus two. What was it? Plus 260 that they opened up with. Everybody ran to Atlanta because, believe it or not, Atlanta's actually scored the most points in this division last year, and technically finished last place. That's nuts. But the way that this division worked last year was everybody finished 7-10 except for Tampa Bay. Everybody, this division was crazy, Jeff, because everybody had a week where they were on top of the division. You know that, right? Everybody had a week. Everybody, even lowly Carolina for a moment there had a week where they were on top of the division, given the Buccaneers problems. And I think the Bucks lost to every team in the division this year too. In the division last year with Brady. That nobody highlighted that, Jeff, that Brady finished his career with a losing record. Nobody said nothing. He finished his career 8-10. That's why he retired. That's why he retired, because he finally had an actual losing season. And he knows it was only going to get worse. But let's talk about Atlanta. Atlanta has Bijan Robinson. Desmond Ritter now is the starter for the moment. But I think that they're confident in him. Is he going to be the face of the franchise? Is he your next? Is he your Russell Wilson, or is he just a bridge to the next quarterback? That's the biggest question for Atlanta this season when it comes to him. Now, you got Drake London, who's probably going to be a top 10 receiver in the league this year if you play him correctly. And then you got Pitts, who they have set up to be a top 5 tight end in the league this year, from what everybody's hyping up. I don't know if he's going to be on Jeff's fantasy team. He may be on mine's. But when you got guys like Drake London and Pitts, you say to yourself, it's going to be you know the risk that you're taking, because Ritter is a very, very average quarterback when it comes down to it in the NFL terms. He's a good manager. He's not somebody that you can depend on who's throwing 70-yard bombs down the field just in a blink. You know what I mean? He's a guy that you got to warm up. That's what you're doing. You know what I mean? You got to be moving around, chewing up clock, things like that. But he's good at doing it. He's another guy who started a lot of games in college. And so it does translate to the leadership portion. But does it translate to the attribute portion that a lot of people that are kind of worried about when it comes to Atlanta? I feel like Atlanta is getting way too much love for a team that the quarterback that got all that offense for you wasn't your quarterback pretty much the second half of the season. You know, they went from being a highly potent offense to just being a middling offense after Mariota stepped out. So how are they going to be? Bijan Robinson is a rookie. We can't put that much pressure on him. You know what I mean? Because if he bangs out and does well, great. But if he doesn't really, splash early like everybody expects him to, then we might have a problem here. But when I look at this situation and I see that you have a team that's over under 8.5, and now their champ odds have dropped down to 180, that means that they're just getting more and more popular with the bettors, because they opened up as a 7 and now they're at 8.5, because now you see them as the surprise winner of the South. But they shouldn't have those expectations yet, because they don't have the top quarterback in the division. Jeff, what are your thoughts on Atlanta?
See, the problem in this division is the same as last division. So you're either going to buy the favorite with the Saints, with Derek Carr, with Kamara returning, with supposedly Michael Thomas returning, with Olave. Okay, you don't believe in the Bucks, no Tom Brady. Obviously, you don't believe in Baker Mayfield. Okay, and then you look at a Panthers team, which in the preseason they look offensively challenged. Okay, defense I think will be okay. Look what Pittsburgh did to Atlanta last night. Took them to the whooping shed. Okay, Kenny Pickett's starting to look more and more like Big Ben. Pickens, Jalen Warren, Najee Harris. My point is here, do you take the sizzle or the steak? And is Ritter the answer? I don't know. You don't know. He's not playing on Cincinnati. Bengals, meaning Cincinnati, as in this ain't college kid. Okay. Is Kyle Pitts going to emerge? Yes, I do like Drake London. And Bijan, yes, is a beast. But again, it doesn't add up to, this over under a 7. I could see the over a 7. I could see that. 8.5 now, plus 180 is okay. And I don't have a problem with people taking the plus 180. But the point here is, Pops, in our lanes is very simple. We didn't get the best number. That's the problem. Plus 260, 275, fine. Over 7, fine. Now you're buying the number that Vegas wants you to buy, 8.5. So you think they're going to be 9 and 8. Well, good luck. My point is, they're trending in the right direction. They're moving in the right direction. I think Pitts will have a better year. I think Drake will have a better year. The addition of Bijan is going to be great. Their defense still has holes. They need to work on the defense, and then we need to know what Ritter is. So, again, I was in on this 2-3 weeks ago at plus 275 and over 7. I'm not in the plus 180 and 8.5. I'm really leaning more towards the Saints, but we'll get to the Saints.
Yep, and I'm just going to finish it with this. I don't think that they have the coach that's capable enough of taking them to the next level at this point. I think that possibly if he's going to do that, it'll probably be next season, as he, learns more and more. It seems like they like him a lot in the NFL, because they were, your boy, what's his name? The punter, McAfee. He was really excited to talk to him and everything like that, that bro talk, you know what I mean? And, his dad owned FedEx